Wake up, not because you feel like it, not because it's easy, but because discipline demands it. Morning is not about motivation. Morning is about control. The way you start your day decides how the rest of it unfolds. While most people are still asleep, you have a choice. You can roll over and surrender to comfort, or you can rise and claim the day. Discipline begins with that decision. The morning does not care about your excuses. It does not care how tired you feel. It does not negotiate. Discipline is built in silence. No applause, no recognition. Just you and the decision to do what must be done. You don't wake up early because you are special. You wake up early because you are serious. Serious about your future, serious about your growth. Average sleeps in, average waits for motivation. Discipline does not. Morning discipline trains your mind before the world tries to break it. Before stress arrives, before noise enters. You establish control first. When you win the morning, you carry quiet confidence into the day. Not loud confidence, calm certainty. Your mind will resist. It will say just 5 more minutes. This is the test. Every disciplined morning weakens that voice. Every time you act anyway, you prove who's in control. Discipline is not punishment. It is self-respect. You wake up early because your goals matter. Morning discipline creates momentum. One focused morning leads to progress. Progress builds confidence. Confidence is built by keeping promises to yourself, especially the small ones. When you wake up early, you gain time. Time to think, time to plan, time to improve. Most people say they don't have time, but they gave away their mornings. Discipline asks one question every morning. Who do you want to be today? The answer is not spoken, it is demonstrated. Discomfort builds strength. Comfort creates weakness. You don't need to wake up inspired. You need to wake up committed. No one sees your early mornings. That's why they matter. Discipline builds trust with yourself. And that trust becomes confidence. Discipline simplifies life. No debates, no hesitation. Morning discipline removes chaos and replaces it with structure. Structure creates peace. Some mornings feel heavy. That's normal. Discipline means showing up anyway. If you can control the morning, you can control your habits. If you control your habits, you control your life. Discipline compounds. One early morning won't change everything, but many will. Most success stories start quietly, with someone waking up early and doing the work. Discipline first, everything else follows. Wake up not just for today, but for the future you are building. One morning at a time. Morning discipline is choosing structure over comfort, again and again, without negotiation. It is not dramatic. It is not emotional. It is steady. It is quiet. It is reliable. Most people search for motivation, but discipline is what carries you forward when motivation disappears. The morning tests you before the world does. It asks whether you can lead yourself when no one is watching. In those early hours, there is no pressure from others, no expectations to perform. There is only a simple choice: stay comfortable or grow stronger. Discipline is not built in one morning. It is built across many mornings that feel ordinary. The repetition is what shapes you. The routine is what sharpens you. When you wake up early and act with intention, you train your mind to obey instead of complain. Your thoughts will try to negotiate. They will offer excuses dressed as logic. They will remind you of fatigue, stress, and unfinished rest. Discipline listens, but it does not agree. Action comes first. Energy follows. Morning discipline teaches you to move before you feel ready. This skill is valuable in every area of life. You stop waiting for perfect conditions. You stop depending on moods. You begin to operate from commitment instead of emotion. When you discipline your mornings, you reduce decision fatigue. You do not waste energy asking yourself what to do. You already know. Structure removes confusion. Clarity replaces chaos. Peace comes from knowing the next step. The early hours build mental endurance. They condition you to stay steady under resistance. You learn that discomfort is temporary, but regret lasts much longer. Every morning you choose discipline, you prove that short-term discomfort is worth long-term control. Morning discipline also builds humility. You learn to work without recognition. You learn to improve without applause. This creates inner strength that does not depend on external approval. When confidence is built this way, it cannot be shaken easily. Most people underestimate how powerful a controlled morning can be. They think success comes from intensity, but it comes from consistency. The person who wakes up early once in a while will struggle. The person who does it daily will transform. Discipline aligns your actions with your values. If you say growth matters, your morning must reflect that. If you say progress is important, your behavior must support it. Discipline closes the gap between who you say you are and how you live. Morning discipline simplifies your identity. You no longer question whether you are committed. Your actions answer that for you. Over time, self-doubt fades because evidence replaces uncertainty. There will be mornings when discipline feels heavy. Those are the most important ones. Anyone can act when it feels easy. Growth happens when you act despite resistance. That is when discipline becomes part of who you are. As discipline becomes routine, your mornings become calmer. There is less rush, less stress, less reaction. You move with purpose instead of urgency. This calm spreads into the rest of your day. You stop starting your day behind. You stop chasing time. You lead instead of react. That advantage compounds quietly, day after day. Morning discipline also strengthens your relationship with yourself. You become someone you can trust. That trust builds confidence that is not dependent on outcomes. You know that no matter what happens, you will show up. Over time, discipline reshapes your standards. You expect more from yourself, not in a harsh way, but in a respectful way. You no longer accept excuses that once felt reasonable. Discipline creates alignment between your present actions and your future goals. Every disciplined morning is a step toward the life you're building, even when progress feels invisible. Success does not come from one dramatic effort. It comes from many quiet mornings done correctly. The results appear later, but the foundation is built early. Morning discipline is not about perfection. It is about consistency. Missing a morning does not define you. Quitting does. Return the next day. Resume the routine. Discipline allows no room for guilt, only responsibility. As you continue, mornings become less about effort and more about identity. You no longer force yourself. You simply do what disciplined people do. And when challenges arrive, you are ready. Your mind is trained. Your habits are solid. Your mornings have already prepared you. This is why morning discipline matters. It is not just about waking up early. It is about learning to lead yourself before the world demands anything from you.